Comic books are cool.
You have proclaimed tonight you are going to prove what a true friend can be. And with that in mind, Hulkster, I know you are very anxious to get out to the ring.
Well, you know something, brother? Amidst the controversy of the Royal Rumble, and Ric Flair single-handedly turning the WWF on its ear, oh yeah, man, a lot of things were said, but the big man apologized, and that's the end of that.
Hi, welcome to Comic Books Are Cool. I'm Krypta tonight. I'm going to show you some of my comic books. We're going to start off with the X-Men. I love the X-Men. They're great. They're my favorite uncanny team. My favorite Marvel team. My favorite everything in comic books. X-Men is legend. So let's get started. One of my favorites right here. Boom. This one is epic. Check out that hologram. Oh, sheesh. So cool. Am I right? I mean, thing is cool. You got Gambit right there. Magneto on the cover. This is X-Men, issue number 25. Got Wolverine right there. He's getting his adamantium ripped out of his body by Magneto, because that's what Magneto does. Good stuff. Moving on. This comic book right here is the Uncanny X-Men number 275. And it's cool. It's got Wolverine on the cover with Psylocke, Forge, Strife right there with some gold-plated armor. Pretty sick. And it's giant size. Everybody likes giant size. Am I right? Moving on. Really, I like the X-Men a lot. They're wonderful. I have X-Men number 1. Might be able to see. It's right here. Oh! Things are falling. Things are crashing. Just like the economy and the stock market. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, I got comic books. What could I know? I got X-Men number 1 right here. And I'm probably going to be doing some kind of comic book series where I go through my comic books and bring them to life. And first one I'm working on is X-Men number 1. So be on the lookout for that. And more episodes of Comic Books Are Cool. Make sure to subscribe, like, subscribe again. Throw me a comment. Tell me how much you hate comic books. That would be awesome. I'm just kidding. Tell me how much you don't know about comic books, or you never knew about comic books, or anything about your pet. I'm just kidding. Comic books. Tell me what you know about comic books, or what you don't know. Maybe I can answer your question. Maybe not. I'm sure people in the comment section can answer your question if you do have one. So let's go through more of my X-Men comic books. Let's get going. Let's start with, well actually continue with, right here, I got Uncanny X-Men number 91. So I'm going to be going with some Uncanny X-Men right here. I like this one. It's got Vision and Colossus, where Vision is phasing into Colossus's chest. That's pretty cool. And comic books are cool. Next I got The Fall of the Mutants, Uncanny X-Men. Pretty interesting cover right there. People are getting electrocuted or something. Who's that on the cover? Looks like somebody important, maybe the Shadow King. We got a continuation right here because that was issue 226. I got 227 right here with Storm on the cover and everybody's flying for some reason, including Wolverine. I don't know, maybe he just jumped. But you got all these other people, so that's kind of interesting. Rogue, a classic getup, Havoc, Colossus. Pretty cool, pretty cool. After that, we got Uncanny X-Men number 229. Got Colossus right there, Wolverine on a pile of bodies, and Storm. Pretty cool. Uncanny X-Men number 239 with Mr. Sinister. Looking very sinister right here. I like that. It's like, you know, he's up to no good. Right here we got Uncanny X-Men, and it looks more or less like X Factor. You got Strong Guy right there, Forge, and some other scrubs. Banshee. Banshee's alright. He alright. He screams. Next I got Uncanny X-Men number 255. And we got Banshee, I guess, again. A bitter victory. Mystique holding a body. Freedom Force. Freedom Force. They're featured. Got the Forge right here, looking like an OG. It's issue number 262. 281 right here with Jean Grey and Storm back to back. About to do some stuff. That's cool. I like that cover right there. And then you got Colossus underneath them. Like, I'll also do some stuff. Next, I got Storm and Forge. Locking lips. That's something. Next, we got Rogue right here. Looking like she just saw a ghost. And Bishop is like, yeah, holding on to that big sweet ass. Next, got some dude right here. And Archangel. So, that's something. Uncanny X-Men number 311. We got Bishop and Sabretooth doing stuff. So, yeah. Sabretooth. He's looking very beastly right there. Then I got some more modern ones. The ones that I showed you right there have that 90s look, and then it jumps up here. This is issue number 327, where this is 311. It goes to this style right here, 327. Somewhere between it changed to a more modern look. And you got Magneto here. He's looking to get his sins forgiven. Cool. After that, I have some more Uncanny X-Men with Gambit right here. Jean Grey. Big fan of Gambit. Next issue. After that, because that was 333, this is 334 right here. Jean Grey. Gambit looks like he didn't fare too well in the last issue. And Bishop right here also. Knocked out. Jean Grey's the only thing that can help. But, as you can see right here in the bottom, the Juggernaut is coming to get their asses. But that's the most modern Uncanny X-Men issue that I have. Moving on to regular X-Men, or actually X-Men Annual. Well, Uncanny X-Men also, but this is the annual. I have issue number 11 right here. And it's got Wolverine on the cover. Getting manhandled, and Storm right here. In her 70s mohawk getup. Looking very Storm-like. This cover right here. This is crazy. Look at the blob. Oh my god. Look at this. Isn't that weird? That is quite the illustration of Blob. And others here on the cover. It's very interesting. Tell me what you think in the comments below. This cover right here. It's different. Very different. I've always been perplexed when I look at it. What the hell is going on here? It's beyond words. Next, I have X-Men number 5. And of course, you know I have X-Men number 1. I already showed you that. So this would be X-Men number 5 with Magneto staring down on Angel right there. I have X-Men number 16. This is part of Executioner's Song. I've been trying to collect all the bagged issues of Executioner's Song. I've always been very enamored by the fact that they come in a sealed bag. I always thought that was really cool when I was a kid. And they come with a card. And I've been a big collector of cards growing up. So I thought that was really cool. And at this point in my life, I still only have maybe half of these Executioner's Song books. And they expand over different series lineups, including the Uncanny X-Men, regular X-Men, and X-Force, and I think something else too. X-Men number 34. Got Beast right here. Gambit. Next, got Bishop using his power beams coming out of his arms, looking all cool. This is issue number 49. There he is. Next, he's somehow got himself into a predicament right here. Now he's being forced to relive the agony of his memories. It's terrible. I'm sure Bishop's done some pretty terrible things. Doesn't want to remember. Next, X-Men number 53. In the clutches of Onslaught. Comment below. What do you think of Onslaught? Do you think Onslaught is a cool adversary of the X-Men? The whole concept of him and his origin and how he's not a OG character, but I always thought that the concept was pretty interesting. He looks cool, but that was near the end of my childhood
childhood.
Childhood collecting comic books, and it was not exactly the story that I got into the most, that's for sure. It had to happen. Gambit versus Magneto. You know it just had to happen. That's what they want to tell you. It had to happen. So there it is. Gambit versus Magneto. Just in case you didn't know what would happen. Next, X-Men number 60. Storm. Cyclops. Storm. Ambushed. Boobs. Next, we got the Juggernaut. Shades of Evil. And Storm. And Storm's doing like, the weather on you. And then the Juggernaut's like, look how big my freaking arms are. Look how big his arms are. Jeez, they're gigantic. Look how big these things are. It's like the Juggernaut on roids right there. Reckon he is a big boy. Next, we got X-Men Classic. So now I got all these different non-X-Men, the Uncanny X-Men. This is X-Men Classic. We got Wolverine right there. X-Men. We got Colossus. Some dude from Starjammers, I guess. That's what he looks like right there. And I got X-Men. Only 99 cents. Professor Xavier and the X-Men. Yeah, Professor Xavier and the X-Men. Only 99 cents. What a bargain. So you got Magneto, got Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, got Toad right here looking like a menace. Look at Toad. He's up to no good. He always is. This is issue number 4. I had issue number 3. Right here with the Blob. Looking very fit, might I say. Look at that. Damn, he's been working on this figure. As others in the distance are like, wow, he really has been working on his figure. Next, I got X-Men the movie. Look, they look like they're from the movie. But it's a comic book. So it's a comic book based on a movie that's based on a comic book. Cool. Next, got X-Men 2099, just in case you wanted to know what the X-Men were like in the future. Which is less than 100 years from now. Let's say about 70-something years from now. Maybe even less by the time you watch this video. Next, X-Men versus the Fantastic Four. Wolverine looks in disgust as Reed and Sue are just like defeated, and this little boy is like, don't, and then Wolverine's like saying stuff. It's Wolverine. Don't mess with Wolverine. Next, so you got Wolverine right there on the cover, which is cool. You got another interesting book right here. This is Fantastic Four versus the new Fantastic Four. And we got interesting lineups here. And one included is one from the X-Men, Wolverine. Somehow he's able to find time to be in this group also, including all these other guys. I can see Spider-Man and Ghost Rider. They're not really in other teams. Hulk, he's probably not doing much with the Avengers. But, you know, Wolverine, I guess he just goes wherever he wants. Does what he wants. He's Wolverine. You can't tell him anything, bub. Next, this is a comic book right here that's dear to my heart. Just recently picked it up, and it's so good I had to get 2 of them. Talking about none other than X-Men and Alpha Flight, because you can't just get 1 copy of this gem, X-Men and Alpha Flight. You gotta get 2 of these bad boys, and I got 2 of them. So I bet you're double jealous. I know I'm double proud, and I'm gonna take good care of them. They look very minty fresh, like nobody's ever read them before. Weird. They're mine. And you got Wolverine right there. He's like in the snow. Colossus. And then Cyclops. He's like, I'm on fire. And then, you know, it's because Alpha Flight. Because they're so cool. If you want to potentially win this Alpha Flight comic book here with the X-Men, drop a comment below. Alpha Flight 1 for issue number 1. And you'll have a chance to win it in my future video. Alpha Flight 1. Comment below if you want to win this. Alright, moving on. I think that these 4 books right here are really cool. I got this series complete. X-Men versus the Avengers. Very cool, very relevant today. When I obtained these, the Avengers were not as popular as they are today. And interestingly enough, the Avengers are more popular than the X-Men are now today. And when I was young, I kind of thought, man, these books are really cool, but who knows who the Avengers are, really? Times have changed, and X-Men get to make their spectacular return to the big screen and to the Marvel Universe to join the likes of the Avengers. And when that happens, these 4 books will be very, very special. Even more special to me. And dare I say, cool. Very cool. Alright, so X-Men versus the Avengers. 1, 2. Check out this cover right here. Cracks me up. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. That is bizarre. Next, we got this one right here, where Captain America is trying to drown Wolverine, and a more traditional rendition of Magneto, where he is taking off his helmet, looking very guilty. Next, I have a very old-looking The Avengers book, 197. And you got Beast right there. I mean right there. And he's hanging upside down. Just in case you didn't know, Beast hung out with the Avengers. Who would have knew? Next, got a very cool book right here. Secret Wars, #1. This book, very, very cool cover art. Always love this cover. And it's very popular. It's going to be even more popular when the movie drops, because the Secret Wars is going to be coming to theaters in the future, and I'll be looking forward to that because that's going to be epic. Look forward to that. So that was issue #1. I got issue #3. These are the only 2 from the series that I have. I'd like to collect the whole series. That'd be cool because I am a big fan, and I would imagine that these will go up in price eventually. It is a 12-issue series. I think I've got more than 2. I think I got more, but here's the only 2 that I got right here. Next, Weapon X, otherwise known as Wolverine. Right here, very cool cover. I like that. This bone. No, this bone class. No, they're looking very metal-like. They're looking like metal. Right here too. Marvel Comics presents Wolverine and the Man-Thing, but most definitely Wolverine. So he's lurking in the shadows, looking very deadly. I like that. And that was issue #8. We got issue #5 right here, where he's doing hard labor, being whipped. That's not PC. That's not PC.
That's not PC.
Damn it, Wolverine, you got yourself into a concentration camp. Next, Wolverine, #46. He's all tangled up with Sabretooth. Who is this man? He's gonna do stuff. Home is the hunter. That was one of the first Wolverine comic books I obtained as a child. I've been able to take quite good care of this one and most of my other books, so I'm very proud of myself. Next, it's another book that I obtained about the same time I obtained that one. This one is really cool. I love the art right here. He's like getting pierced by a bunch of stuff. There's Jean and Professor looking all concerned because Jean and Professor are always concerned about Wolverine. How could you not? Next, you got Wolverine looking like Bruce Willis. Or me. Oh, wow. Trippy. That's a trip. I didn't plan that, I swear. Just need the shink. I'll get an adamantium skeleton, complete with bone claws. This cover right here is cool. He's like, this is issue #100. Wolverine. This is cool. I remember when I obtained this, I actually obtained this in a trade with my dear friend Eric Allen. Shout out to Eric Allen. Thanks, bro. Next, I got a Wolverine book I just obtained recently from one of the local comic book stores in my area. And so it's got some cool art. Picked it up and added it to the collection. Next, got a Ghost Rider book here, but of course in the cover you got Wolverine. Love this art right here. Such a cool cover. Comment below how much you like this Ghost Rider cover art. I think it's sick. Next, got the Incredible Hulk, number 325. And what I wanted to make note of this is around the border you got all the different characters. I think that's really cool. And of course you got X-Men in there. So I just think it's interesting to note that there's a lot of comic books that will cross over with the X-Men and will have particular X-Men will have their own book. Like for instance, this one right here is Cyclops and the Phoenix. So that's pretty dope. Next, I have this one right here. This is just Gambit because Gambit is the life. If you didn't notice, I got my little action figure over here. Check him out. Looking all cool. I even got the Ace playing card still. Amazing. How did I still have the intelligence to be able to keep that together with the action figure? I don't know. Lucky, I guess. Next, this gem right here, or should I say, this Dazzler. It's looking very 70s porn vibes-ish. Spider-Man right there, Nightcrawler, Enchantress, Iron Man. Looking all very 70s-ish. This looks like a cover for an album, which I guess that's kind of what they're going for here. Dazzler. She's something. And she was a part of the team for a second, and you can see Wolverine and Colossus, who like to make little cameos on covers. I've kind of come to notice. And here they are on Dazzler's book. Next, a very important team. I'm sure you all know the Power Pack. Just kidding. They're not very popular, but they're like some kids or something. And you got Cyclops and Jean Grey right there, looking very OG, old school. And I'm sure they're gonna help them. Because that's what the X-Men do. They help out shitty teams like the Power Pack. Right here, you got many X-Men, but this one is the X-Man. He's a dude who's like related to Jean and Cyclops, but he's from the future. Like alternate or universe or something. X-Man? X-Man! Comment below. Does anybody know about the X-Man? Or is it something that people want to forget? Because I don't hear too many people talking about X-Man. Next, we got a very cool X-Man right here. This is Cable in his first appearance. This comic book right here is really cool. I actually was able to get this at a cheap price at the local mall from a used record store, interestingly enough. And I know it's not the first edition because it doesn't have the orange background, but still, very cool, very neat. Like that one right there. X-Force right here, and this is the New Mutants issue number 87, very popular book. X-Force number 9, got Shatterstar, Domino, Cable with a big ass gun, because that's what Cable does. Got big guns. X-Force right here, where Cannonball's about to punch Professor X. Storm's like, no, don't do it. Because that's what Storm does. And by their stuff, she does other stuff too. But no, don't do it. That's exactly what she does. Now we got Excalibur, because there's so many X teams. This team right here featured X-Men such as Nightcrawler, punching a bitch. Next, we got Excalibur getting rained on. And Nightcrawler doesn't like rain, as seen here. Next, you got Excalibur, but they look like little cartoons. Look at Nightcrawler, he looks like a little anime person with blue skin and a tail and yellow eyes and a bowl cut and really pointy red shoulder things. You know. Okay, I'm done. Next, X Factor, where Cable's doing stuff and Wolverine's like, ugh. And she's like, oh no, Wolverine. So, X Factor. Next we got more X Factor where Cyclops and this blue guy are just like, you know, they're battling. Next, got X Factor again. This one is sick. Tell you what, sick. Because we got characters from the X-Men on the bottom. And if we got characters from the X-Men on the bottom, You know it's important. Next, we got X Factor right here where Havoc is like, got my shirt off. And Cyclops is like, damn it, man. You can't do that in front of my babe. And she's like, yeah, you can. They're always competing with each other. Havoc and Scott. They're trying to one-up each other because they're brothers. And they try to use their powers on each other and they don't work. And they're all confused at first because you're like, what? We're brothers? It's crazy. Next, X Factor right here where Dark Phoenix is looking real spicy. And then you got like other versions of her in the background. Very cool cover. I like that. I like that a lot. Next, I want to tell you about What If. They're great. Start off with this one. What if Phoenix rose again? What if she would do some shit? Definitely to this Sentinel right here. She'd crush it in a millisecond. I don't know why this is even a thought. She would just come in and just vaporize it. And I mean, save Wolverine who's getting crushed right there.
Yeah, I'm Wolverine. Phoenix is gonna save me from the Sentinel.
Okay. Next, what if Magneto took over the USA? That would be something. Because he can do it. It's Magneto. He can do whatever he wants. What if Cable had destroyed the X-Men? And there's the X-Men all destroyed. What if he did that? What if? Read that comic book and you'll find out. Here's a newer version of the What If books. I like the older version because that's what I grew up with, but here's like a newer series issue. Still only $1.50 it says on the cover, which is kind of interesting. What if Shard had lived instead of Bishop? I think people would be like, who the hell is Shard? And then I would say, it's Bishop's sister. And you'd be like, oh. And I'd be like, yeah. I know. It's like, nobody cares. That's the answer. Nobody would care. So, comment below if you care. I know you won't. Next, least but not least, got my last book right here that I want to show you. Before I show you another book that I'm going to be giving away, if you've gotten this far, thank you. But first, what the? And we got Mutant Beach Party, Part 2. What the? Of course, you know, it's like a beach orgy. Can I say that? So, if you've gotten this far, I'm glad that you have. I'm giving away that book that I told you about earlier, the Alpha Flight book. Comment below. Or, if you want this book right here, I have Uncanny X-Men, number 280. I'm going to be giving this one away. So, comment below if you'd like the Uncanny X-Men number 280. Just comment X-Men 280. X-Men 280. X-Men 280.
X-Men 280.
To win this book. So, appreciate you watching. Comic books are cool because they are most definitely cool. And I am Kryptonite. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.